Two students were hired by the BBS Corp to take a sample from an abandoned land and check for the presence of nitrogen compounds. The BBS Corp would like to build three factories: Haber, nitric, and ammonium nitrate industry.
The earlier group of investigators claimed that the land is not suitable for farming and there is no ammonium ion inside the soil. How can we bust the myth using a simple chemistry test in the laboratory?
We should test for the presence of ammonium ions by reacting the soil sample with calcium hydroxide and then warming the product. If the gas given off turns them red litmus paper blue, ammonium ions is present in the soil.
Mr. Scientist, the air in the Earth's atmosphere is made out of 78% nitrogen, and in the reaction between nitrogen and oxygen only happens under extreme conditions. So how do nitrate ions get back into the soil?
Nitrogen gas forms a triple covalent bond with other nitrogen atoms. The triple covalent bond is so strong its bond energy is approximately 1000 kilojoules per mole. It is very difficult to break the triple bond, so nitrogen will only react under extreme conditions such as lightning and car engines. Then, the nitrogen 2 oxide formed is further oxidized with oxygen to form nitrogen 4 oxide. These nitrogen 4 oxide then dissolve in water and form nitric acid in the form of acid rain that goes into the soil.
When crops are harvested, the plants are removed with the nitrogen compounds. The nitrogen compounds are not replaced back into the soil. So, how can the farmers make the soil suitable for farming again?
They use ammonium salt for fertilizers such as ammonium nitrate, ammonium phosphate, ammonium sulfate, and ammonium chloride to replace the nitrogen in the soil.
Mr. Gopi would like to invest in BBS nitric acid industry. He is a retired army officer and has a lot of connections in the military. Mr. Gopi's family has a lot of other business ventures in the soap industry and textile industry. He feels that nitric acid has a lot of prospects.
Hello students, I would like to invest in the BBS nitric acid industry.
Mr. Gopi, but why didn't you invest in nitric acid? What is it used for?
Nitric acid has many uses such as making fertilizers, dynamites, detergents, paints, pigments, dyes, and nylons. With nitric acid, I can make more soap and produce more textile, which is a great investment towards my business.
Meanwhile, a large number of protesters started gathering outside BBS and were protesting about how BBS was destroying the environment and giving them blue babies.
Save our environment, save our rivers. We don't want blue babies.
During this time, two students were still in the laboratory and were so scared they couldn't move.
Bro, why are so many protesters out there? And why do they keep saying that they don't want blue babies? What does that even mean?
I think that the protesters are just worried that nitrates in the drinking water will cause the blue baby syndrome, which is when a newborn baby's blood is starved of oxygen as well as stomach cancer.
Oh, okay then. Let's just get our lawyer to settle this.
The lawyer in BBS Corp then released his statement to the protesters outside BBS.
My statement for all the protesters protesting outside court, PBS Corp does not have anything to do with the environmental damage done by the nitrogen dissolving in the water or nitrogen dissolving in the water as these things occur naturally. Hence, PBS shouldn't be put at fault.
BBS Corp would then like to compensate all the residents living in the area by providing them free installation of BBS car exhaust systems to eliminate the problem.
Hey, I heard that BBS was going to do something to compensate the residents. What's that all about?
Yeah, I heard about that too. I was told that they were going to install something for the car exhaust systems, but how is that supposed to help with anything?
So we are going to use catalytic converters that will be installed to the car exhaust system, which is used for reduction and oxidation reactions to reduce harmful emissions. They use a reduction catalyst composed of platinum and rhodium that helps reduce nitrogen oxides by removing nitrogen atoms from nitrogen oxide molecules.
The protesters were protesting about acid rain. Was it bothering them that much?
Well, acetylene is actually pretty dangerous. It leaches the nutrients from the soil, causing plants to not have enough nutrients to grow and even cause the death of plants. It also lowers the pH level of water sources, which may cause the number of aquatic animals to decrease as they will have enough food to eat. Acetylene will also attack the buildings in the cities, which are made by carbonate rock and metals.
Oh, so that's why they were so worried about it. Then how are we supposed to reduce it or prevent it from happening?
We can always use less fossil fuels that are used by cars or switch over to electric cars. We should use renewable energy such as hydroelectric, solar, or wind energy that helps in reducing the amount of fossil fuels used. We can also use low sulfur versions of petrol and diesel and remove sulfur dioxide from the waste gas before they are released through the atmosphere through tall chimneys.